गुड
वो क्या
आफ्टरनून
सर
सर।
डाले सब।
आप ट्रेवल कर रहे हैं सर कहीं पे?
रीचिंग इन द स्पॉट मैं वहां से बस लॉग इन कर लूंगा विद इन 5 मिनट। जब तक ऐसा नहीं हो कि मैं तो चालू हो जाए, इसलिए मैंने लॉग इन कर लिया।
हमको लगता है कि आपका दिन में 2-3 ट्रिप लग ही जाता होगा सर।
अभी टाइम भी है ना, थोड़ा
ये
टाइम
कैंपस से
चल
वो
रहा
कैंपस, वो कैंपस से ये कैंपस।
है। जी जी जी।
2 मिनट में सर स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं हम लोग सर।
संदीप जी, नमस्कार।
गुड।
करण
संदीप जी,
सर
आपका
प्लीज मेक
बैकग्राउंड
इट
उल्टा हो
लाइव।
गया है।
लाइव हो गया सर। गुड आफ्टरनून अनिल जी।
Good afternoon, Sandeep ji. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, Ravish.
गुड आफ्टरनून सर।
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, hello, hello.
करण सर, इट्स स्टिल showing you are in a practice session.
Ravi ji, good afternoon.
No, no, good afternoon sir.
Hi, Ravish. Good afternoon.
Yes. So we have started the webinar, and we are starting with the permission of all. We are starting the webinar, and many persons are.
Sir, are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, Javan
We are
sir.
able to hear you.
Karan sir from technical team.
Yes, Ravi ji.
Yes, sir. Please make it live on YouTube also.
सर कर दिया लाइव।
Okay, okay. Thank you,
जी
sir.
जी।
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, today we welcome you to the webinar on future of education, and this is a very relevant and burning issue. Future of education in India, how it will be in the coming time, and this concept is very, very futuristic. How the policy, how the administration of the university and the academic institutions in context of the coming NEP, because it's more than 6 years the NEP has been launched, but it's not been passed by the parliament. So many things are into the dilemma, and many policies are into the dilemma. So with this, we are discussing on the very relevant and burning issue. What will be the future of education in India, especially 2047 or 2097? Today we have a very esteemed this esteemed panel with us. Starting from on my screen, we have Dr. Sandeep Pandey, Senior Vice President, CEGR, and Chairman, ASM Group of Institute. So we welcome you, Dr. Sandeep Pandey, sir. And then we have Mr. Karan Singh from NASCOM, ITS Sector Skill Council, this NASCOM. So we welcome you, Mr. Karan Singh. Then we have Dr. Javan Sellar, Vice Chancellor, ITM Skills University. We welcome you, Dr. Javan
नमस्कार।
Sellar, sir. Then again, we have Mr. Salim Ahmad, CEO, Electronic Sector Skill Council. So we welcome you, Salim Ahmad, sir.
Thank you so
Then
much,
we
sir.
have very senior academician, Professor Anil Kashyap, Chancellor Nikmar University. So we welcome you, sir. Then we have Dr. Arya Patnayak, founder and secretary, Rourkela Institute of Management Studies from East India. So we welcome you, Dr. Arya Patnayak, sir. Then we have Mr. Kumar Sekhar Vijendra, co-founder and chancellor of Soviet University, mentor to CEGR, a visionary leader. So we welcome you, Mr. Kumar Sekhar Vijendra, sir. Then in my last, Dr. Anupam Chokse, Chancellor Jain City Professional University, Chancellor Jain City Professional University and National President of CEGR. So we welcome you, Dr. Anupam Chokse, sir. Then we have Mr. Sohail Chadda,
Thank you.
Vice Chairman of ITS Group of Institution from Greater Noida. So we welcome you, Mr. Sohail Chadda, sir. Then we have Engineer B.S. Yadav, Chancellor IES University. So we welcome you, B.S. Yadav, sir. And then we have number of participants from various locations of India, and many persons are joining on various social media sites. So we welcome you all the attendees from all over the platform, from all over India. So with this, now I request Dr. Anupam Chokse, National President CEGR and Chancellor Jain City Professional University to present the welcome address. Over to you, Dr. Anupam Chokse, sir.
Thank you, Raviji. And as always, I am traveling, so please bear with me. And Dr. Jayan Shelkar ji, Dr. Professor Anil Kashyap ji, Dr. Arya Patnaik ji, Dr. Sandeep Pachpande ji, Engineer B.S. Yadav ji, Karan Singh ji from NASCOM, Cover Shekhar Vijayan ji, our earlier past president, and Mr. Salim Ahmed ji, CEO from Electronics Skill Development Corporation, and Sohail Chadda ji, and all other speakers who are going to join again. And uh, the relevant topic which CGR always takes up, like this, the future of education. And I think that future of education is skill now. एंड मेरे जो दो तीन एक्सपर्ट्स हैं जो स्किल सेक्टर काउंसिल से हैं उनका भी ये मानना होगा कि आफ्टर एनईपी द shift has been from regular courses to now skilled courses. And this year, NIRF has also introduced one category of skill universities. The everything is going on in skill development, skill development, skill development. एंड वी आर ऑल्सो सेइंग टू दी स्टूडेंट्स कि भाई हाँ आप जो रेगुलर डिग्री कर रहे हैं उसके साथ आप अपने स्किल डेवलपमेंट के कोर्सेज करें, अपनी स्किल्स को नया कुछ करने के कोशिश करें, ताकि जो आने वाला समय है दैट विल ओनली बी ऑन स्किल्स. I don't say that the regular degrees will be outdated, but still the companies coming for placements, the new job sectors, जो हमारे नए सेक्टर्स हैं कई आ रहे हैं, उनके लिए स्किल डेवलपमेंट स्किल will be a crucial part. And apart from that, बहुत सारे एक्सपर्ट्स हैं, आई थिंक दे विल बी पुटिंग लाइट्स ऑन कि क्या अभी you have said that what about 2047 and you have quoted 2097, 100 साल बाद तक क्या होने वाला है. So we have to look after that also कि भाई आज से 50 साल बाद में क्या डेवलपमेंट्स होंगे इस पूरे एजुकेशन सेक्टर के लिए, बिकॉज द इंस्टीट्यूशंस विच वी आर रनिंग दीज डेज, ये इंस्टीट्यूशंस की लाइफ कोई 5 साल 10 साल नहीं होती. दीज इंस्टीट्यूशंस आर, हम कितने पुराने कॉलेजेस की बात करते हैं जो 400 साल 600 साल पुराने हैं. So life of a institution is more than the lifespan of a human. So we should develop them as a pallbearer for education enlightenment. One thing which I say for which should be discussed very hardly, ki what will be the position of the ट्रेडिशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस जो अब हम रन कर रहे हैं, या कई सारे जो पूरे देश में मैं बात करता हूँ लगभग 4000 यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं. What will be the position of these universities, these institutions in coming 10 years, 20 years? After COVID, we thought कि भाई there will be online education only. COVID के टाइम पे ऐसा हुआ कि सब लोग बोलने लगे कि सिर्फ ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन ही चलेगा, ट्रेडिशनल एजुकेशन आउटडेटेड हो जाएगी, ऐसा हो जाएगा. बट आफ्टर कोविड विथ सॉ दैट द रिटर्न ऑफ एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस, द क्योंकि एक जो टच, ह्यूमन टच है, वो खत्म नहीं हो सकता. So we have to see after or at that also. एंड होप दैट कि जो हम जैसा सीजीआर करता आया है कि जो भी हम अच्छे वर्कशॉप्स करते हैं और उसकी रिपोर्ट हम पेश जो बॉडीज हैं उनको देते हैं और उनसे जो हमको रिवो मिलता है, जैसे यू अर्लियर सेट के एनईपी में कई सारा इनपुट हमने जब दिया, वो नए जो एनईपी 2020 में लागू हुआ था उसमें इम्प्लीमेंट भी हुआ था। एआईसीटी की कई पॉलिसीज में सीजीआर के जो इनपुट्स हैं वो लिए जाते हैं। सो आई होप दैट दिस विल बी इंक्लूडेड इन अदर रिपोर्ट्स ऑल्सो, एंड आई होप दैट आवर स्पीकर्स जो हैं बहुत रिलेवेंट टॉपिक है उस पर अच्छी बातें करेंगे। थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
Thank you, Dr. Anupam Choksey, sir, for the welcome and opening remarks. Now we welcome a few of the senior person in the webinar, and we have Dr. Neeraj Saxena, Pro Chancellor, JIS University, and many other senior person, Rakesh Mudgal, Vice Chancellor of DY Patil University, and many other person who have joined as attendees, and we are promoting them as the panelist also. So we welcome you all. And now I request Mr. Kumar Sekhar Vijendra, mentor, CEGR, and co-founder and chancellor of Shobhit University, to present the opening remarks. Over to you, Mr. Kumar Sekhar Vijendra, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much, Ravish, for having me today. After a long time, we are here together. It's always a pleasure to meet so many eminent colleagues on this platform. And I'm happy that Professor Kashyap has also joined, and all known faces and some new friends are also there. Neeraj Saxena ji, I could see. Thank you very much, Saxena sir, for being with us, because you are a celebrity otherwise also, especially on social media. So when we are talking about future of education, I think ये यक्ष पर्सन है। हम सब लोग उस पर बहुत सारी बातें कर सकते हैं. We can talk a lot about it. We can say that skilling is the future. We can say digital world is the future. We can say multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary is the future. But to be very honest, the future is that we all have to be very holistic. Holistic education system has to be developed, as national education policy is promoting about. And fluid skill mindset has to be developed among the people around, that whatever will come, we will adopt. Because if I say only skill is the future, every skill has a shelf life. And now that shelf life is reducing every day. Earlier it was long, years and years you can use the same skill. But now it is so fast changing that we do not know how many days, how many months, how many years that particular skill is going to help. So the main thing is what I always say, and I'm afraid I will be very repetitive on that. The future of education is that we start making good human beings, Manobhava. And once that will be there, rest everything will start. And I'm really happy that in last 5 years, we all are talking about not only Bauddhik Vikas, but we are talking about Manvik Vikas and Kaushal Vikas all together. So this combination, once it will be there, then education will be there, and future of education in totality, if we look, had been always there, will be there. Now the thing is that future of Indian education has come. We have to work on IKS. We have to work on the wisdom, what we all forgot about. Because we were so mechanical, we were talking about the jobs, to get a job, this skill set I can have. So I think the world is changing very fast. Now we have to see that what we have given to the world in past, that has to be revived, revised, validated, scientifically, researched, and we have to give it back to the world, because world need today Gyan along with Vigyan. So this is all from my side. I'm looking forward to listen to all wonderful panelists over here. And thank you very much, Ravish and everyone, to have me here today. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar Sekhar Bijendra, mentor CEGR, for always appreciating and supporting the various initiative of CEGR. Strong pillar of the CEGR. He served CEGR as the past president and always very supportive in guiding all the initiative. So thank you, Mr. Kumar Sekhar Vijan, sir. Now we request Dr. Sandeep Pachpande, Senior Vice President CEGR and Chairman ASM Group of Institutions, to present his address. Over to you, Dr. Sandeep Pachpande, sir.
Thank you very much, Ravish. The President of CGR, Anupam Chokshi, sir, past President Kuvar Shekhar, sir. We don't call you past, sir. You are always with us. All the distinguished panel members and Ravish. Always a pleasure to be at events of CGR. And again, congratulations to you on taking such a important topic. When we look at the future of education, I think that's where we are in a very difficult position as educationists. Because when we talk of future of education, we also talk of preparing our students for the jobs and careers of the future, which may be very different than what they exist today. So we should be mindful that we have to move towards that. Now, as Kuvar sir has said, India provides a very unique opportunity with over 1,100 universities and over 43 million students enrolled. We are not only the world's largest education ecosystem, but also the most aspirational. If we get it right, we can make us the knowledge capital of the world. Now, while we are talking about the future shifts in the Indian education system, I think it will come under 4 or 5 different key points. One would be from degree centric. How do we move to skill centric? Second would be the technology infused learning. The third important point is going to be global competitiveness and collaboration, because we cannot in today's world just prepare for the local market. We have to think global and act local as such. Most important thing is getting the holistic development and well-being. Now, Kuvarji also spoke on that. And I think the future-ready graduate needs to be measured not only by IQ, but also by EQ and CQ. EQ is that, emotional quotient, creativity quotient, and the digital quotient. So we would need a combination of all of them. Of course, industry academia integration is going to be a key. But when we call for action, I think the most important thing we should focus on is to adopt technology with a human touch. We have a very good traditional kind of base in India, and the focus should also be on wellness, spiritual, mental, and physical well-being, and creating a good human being. I was so inspired by Neeraj Saxena ji, ki jo hai wo prayapt hai. It is such an important example what Neeraj ji has set for all of us. And that is the values we should instill, sir, in our students and into our society. So we cannot just look at education in terms of giving degrees, but how we can create a breed of young innovators, entrepreneurs who contribute to all levels of the society. That is, I think, what is very, very important. And when we are on this topic, the future of India will not be decided by policy documents alone. It will be shaped by courage, innovation, and collective action of leaders like us. And platforms like CEGR, I think, can support this transformational, inclusive, and to make it globally relevant. So again, I don't want to talk too much. We want to listen to others, and we want to look at your views, your ideas, and as Kuvar sir always says that we should have some takeaways from every session, which we can go and implement back into our organizations. Thank you so much, Ravish.
Thank you, Dr. Sandeep Pachpande, sir, Chairman SM Group of Institute and Senior Vice President CEGR. And when our veteran and visionary person Kumar Sekhar Vijan sir is clapping for you, so we can't say anything for you. It's amazing, really, always a great takeaways we are getting from your speech. So thank you, Dr. Sandeep Pandey sir. And now we have a senior visionary person from Bhopal, Engineer B.S. Yadav, Chancellor IES University. So we welcome you, Engineer B.S. Yadav sir, and over to you, sir.
Thanks, Ramesh. Respected Kumar Sekhar Vijay, who is known as a not only mentor, balki his blessings are always important. Being a senior person in education, important functionaries and members of CGR. First of all, organizing time to time regular activity. Unfortunately, last 1 year I'm not able to attend much activity on the platform of the CGR, even though we are very much like have a great bond with CGR as an institution. Today's topic is very important. We are one of the biggest populous country, but in terms of education ecosystem, we are also one of the top like 2, 3 ecosystem of education in the entire world. And work on quality and quantity both. So quantity now is, I think, it's excess of the majority of the people in terms of school education enrollment. Now time to attract the student towards higher education. Here we need to improve so that more and more student goes to higher education system. And apart from for supporting these initiatives, right from like government sector to private sector to public sector, everybody is required to collaborate on this front. At IES University, we always believe in terms of the quality of the education, as so many skill council is also aligned with the CGR. So on that front, we can also collaborate with the help of CGR for like skilling up our this student on different skill set. But I think now it's a time for this next 10, 15 years is a time for India. We also run several schools right from preschool to like senior secondary schools. But we have found that now in our school education system, very bright and quality student is coming. So as a country, we are going to have a challenge in terms of providing quality education with all, if suppose those courses like engineering and technology, science and other area where we need high level of investment, where we need to have a cutting edge technology labs, instruments, facility. So we have to work on that front also. But as Sandeep Panchpande ji already told about this IQ, UQ, SQ, DQ. So whatever this different type of quotient is there, right from like intelligence to social quotient also. So that front is also very important because now this student, even be person like us, elders, everybody is more involved with digital gadgets. So we have to be like in terms of development in knowledge, we have to work hard towards developing social character also. So that's very important. So this is what from my side. I thanks Ravish ji for providing this invitation and platform for me to share my views. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Engineer B.S. Yadav, Chancellor IES University, for always supporting various initiatives since a long time. So always a great pleasure in listening to you. Thank you, sir. And now we welcome Professor Raghuveer Singh, Vice Chancellor, K.R. Mangalam University, in this webinar. So we have another veteran academician with us from Pune, Professor Sally Gankar, Provost MIT ADT University. So thank you, ma'am, for always supporting CEGR. And now I request Professor Anil Kashyap, Chancellor Nikmar University, to present his view. Over to you, sir. Sir, you are on the mute mode, sir.
Yeah.
Please
Thank you, Ravish, for organizing this very interesting webinar for today's academicians. And I'm really delighted to be in the company of our esteemed panelists as well, all respectable names, and really salute all of you, sir. In coming back to the topic very quickly, I think I will break it down to four aspects. One is the context in which we are working, because the context, the landscape is changing so fast in higher education that we need to really be conscious about the context. And every even it doesn't take months or years to get to what we are getting next, with the advent of new tools, technologies, and the requirements and the demands of the industry. So we need to be really conscious about that context. Second is the need. The need of education is also changing, because what is relevant today may not be relevant tomorrow. What is relevant here at home may not be relevant in global context. So when we say that future of education, it has to be seen in that context, the kind of need where we are trying to fill in, and what kind of input we are trying to provide in our students and in our learners. Then the third aspect is that how we are fulfilling that need. um the how is very important, and these days we have now shifted the focus, and Kuvar Shekhar ji has really mentioned about this Indian knowledge system and the kind of skills which are transferable. So where I will add into those things that we have to along with those technical skills, we need to make people and human being for tomorrow, and the foundation has to be very strong. So what we are making these learners with strong foundation, so that in those changing contexts they become relevant, they remain relevant for number of years. Otherwise, what we graduated as civil engineers have learned whatever was there, and then the things have changed so much that almost nothing is relevant at this point in time, except the foundation that engineering degree which has given to us, in order to contextualize, understand, comprehend, and apply those things. So we fix our focus in those directions. And the final is the relevant, how we become relevant and remain relevant for a longer period of time. So lifelong learning, the kind of involvement into more practical and hands-on projects, those will be most important for the future of higher education. Along with that, this technology is playing very significant role, where people are opting for personalized learning. These are the ways how we can do that, and these ways will keep changing as we go along. So that's how I see this this topic today, Ravish, to be looked at. And I think adding the softer side of humanity, and the equity and sustainability and social justice, all these are very important in our learners, so that they become resilient, they remain relevant, and they remain conducive to change and adaptable, and they don't crumble under the pressure of what this changing landscape is offering to us. I think very interesting and relevant discussion of today, and I'll be keenly listening to rest of the speakers as well. So these are my opening remarks on that, Ravish. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Anil Kashyap, sir, Chancellor Nikamari University, for your remarkable address. And now we welcome Dr. Neeraj Saxena, Pro Chancellor, GIS University, last minute entry to the webinar. So thank you, sir, for always supporting the various initiative of the CEGR. Before that, we welcome Dr. Rajiv Sood, Vice Chancellor, Baba Farid University of Health Sciences from Punjab. So we welcome you, sir, on joining this webinar, and soon we look forward to your views. Over to Dr. Neeraj
Okay.
Saxena.
Namaskar, Ravish ji, and all the champions who are working alongside pushing the agenda of Ravish ji. My greetings to all of you. And I've been following the trends and being a technology enthusiast and having my roots in technology forecasting. I've been sharing my views, and many find them to be disruptive or radical. But views are views, and they should always be there as inputs for the changes that are supposed to take place. So, to me, future of higher education, but in particular, would be no curriculum, no classroom, and no examinations because of AI. So AI will decide what we have to study. It will frame our curriculum, and largely it should be challenges, not the courses, not the chapters, not the units, but it should be the challenges. Then no classroom. That means the classrooms have to be replaced by something which offer experiential learning. So sandboxes and things like makerspace, idea labs, and all those uh, uh, groups, focus groups of scholars would be the interventions which would replace the classrooms. In any case, for adults, the four-walled classrooms are not the place for education. And finally, examinations will have to give way to assessments because examinations only test memory and they are not fitting into assessment of adult learners. Historical opportunity is there with us to turn towards our gurukuls. We had everything there in our gurukuls to train a mind, train a person to be a useful citizen, useful person for the society. But in this last 200 years of industrial age, we started thinking about ourselves. It was self-oriented, and we are now bashed by AI, which has taken away intelligence and surprises us with what it can do. So most of the times we feel that uh, our answers will be given by AI, but AI is there as a tool, but also as a disruptor. All along, technology has been there. Before 1990, that is the arrival of internet, the technologies were of the nature of, they were expanding, they were amplifying the existing educational models, and they made content more available, more standardized. And it was largely supporting a teacher-centered dispensation and institution controlled also. So the result was that we same education for all, and now we realize that it is not working. So a professor's lecture could reach 30 students, then 30,000 students during those technology before 1990. But after internet came in, the technologies have actually fundamentally restructured the learning process itself. And the impact is visible in the form of democratization of knowledge creation, not access. It enables personalization and removes the institutional gatekeeping. So all education is moving out of the four walls or the campuses. Now the core has changed. Learner centered is the buzzword now, globally distributed and dynamically adaptive. And as a result, we have new form of education which were not there earlier. So to give an example, a student doesn't receive a lecture. They can access all human knowledge instantly, get personalized tutoring from AI, collaborate globally in real time, and create original research that contributes to human understanding. So there has been a big change, and the paradigm is completely changing now. We have been ignoring the affective domain, which actually is uh, emotional intelligence, or which comes from our heart. So this has to be brought in, and it's a golden opportunity that we bring in problem solving, design thinking, etc., into our curriculum. We should gradually start removing the books also. Books should be referred. You should be available for reference. Now, in the course of solving a problem, the students will have to refer books, some literature. So let it be left to that. The problem should be there to excite the students, to challenge their brains. The future of learning lies in challenging the brain and coming out with new solutions, and preparing students or employers who are both lifelong learners. So the entire paradigm is going to change, and it is not going to be the traditional knowledge where technology was serving as a tool. The technology today is disrupting the content, the purpose, and the reason for education. So this is keep changing, and it is not just AI. There is one more technology on the frontier, on the horizons, which is called brain computer interface, and we will have much more disruptions after AI also. So I'll stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Neeraj Saxena, sir, Pro-Chancellor, JIS University, and former advisor, AICT. And we always enlighten with your views, and we always appreciate your views. Now we have Dr. Arya Patnaik, founder and secretary, Raurkela Institute of Management Studies. So we welcome you, sir, and we look forward to your views. Over to you, Dr. Arya Patnaik, sir.
Good afternoon, Rajiv ji, Rabish ji, and definitely my respect to Anupam Choksi sir, the president of CGR, and Sandeep Deshpande ji, and over and above our veteran Kumar Sekhar Vijendra ji, and all the speakers who are there like Anil ji, Salim ji, Yadav ji, all today, all of you who are present over here is a great thing for us that we were in a mode of discussing the things, like the topic is future of education in India. Is definitely a very great topic, and the advantages to India is the greatest population advantage, where a large youth population, around more than 371 million young people are there, who are really going ahead with higher education, significant advantage for this country. But here, as far as my personal feeling is concerned, there are a lot many issues which needs to be discussed, as because CGR is a platform where we discuss many things, and our team is trying to communicate those messages to the government for different kind of decisions. So here basically, as far as my thing is concerned, we need to have the present NEP is talking about practical education, like we should have vocational education, research, innovation, all these things we need to do. We should have more focus on skill. So there is a need of practical implementation, and we need to know the industry requirement. And from the very beginning, we should involve the industry in order to train our guys. Then only they will be able to meet the requirement of the corporates and industry houses. But again, as far as new policy is concerned, as Sekhar sir was talking about, that we need to groom good human beings. So we have started introducing lot many such subjects: Indian knowledge system, Indian culture, Indian heritage. By that, we are trying to bring back the old concept on which our predecessors were teaching. So that was basically more in practical in nature. But in the present context, the moment AI and chat GPT, all these things are coming, definitely nowadays also I have found that IIMs have started giving education online. So once that is there, it is no doubt this is a new type of things are coming up. But what about the practical aspect of it? If a degree is being given by IIM through online, then how the students are going to get practical exposure? So this is a very big challenge for all of us. And if that be the case, then the basic thing which we need to teach them to make a good human being, I think it will be difficult. Then there is a global collaboration is going on. So a lot of our educationists are trying to go overseas to set up their nodal centers over there, and a lot of foreign universities are trying to come into India. So this has its own advantage, also disadvantages. So once we are welcoming them, no doubt it is a good competition, but over and above, we should have standardization. So unless we need to create a kind of platform which basic need of our country has to be taken into consideration, otherwise there will be a our knowledge will be will go to outside countries, and our country is not going to get any benefit out of that. So this is one aspect. Then the most important factor is the vacancy of the faculties. Now what is happening, the new dimension, the new concept which is coming, so there we need to train our faculties. And to train the faculties, though AICT and many agencies are trying to educate the faculties, but again that is a difficulty because we do not have such faculties who can really train the faculties. So unless the faculties is getting trained, how we will be able to train the students? Again, another aspect is there, that is called this how we are going to equip the institutes who are rurally and in a backward area, remote areas. There we are facing lot many problems. We are not able to get the proper help, and the most important factor is the network problem. Here in one side, our country is moving very fast. We are talking of all IT technology and industries are approaching towards that. But again, how to equip the rural areas? We have to think on that. We have to facilitate those institutes with proper networking facilities and proper instrumentations so that we will be able to train the students. So it's a very big topic. Lot many things needs to be discussed and lot many points has to be brought out. So I will request all my veteran speakers who are presently attending this function and giving their ideas, they should give in writing some of the points which they have missed it to our director Ravi C, so that we can assimilate those points and we will be able to find out which are the points is really is required in the present feature, and we should be able to advise or we should give our recommendation to the authority who are going to take decision on this. With this, I thank once again Rabishji for arranging such a nice our seminar as far as this topic is future of education is concerned. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Arya Patnaik, founder and secretary, Raulkela Institute of Management Studies and National Vice President, CEGR. Thank you always, sir, for supporting the various initiatives. Thank you, sir. And now I request Professor Raghuveer Singh, Vice Chancellor, K.R. Mangalam University and senior academician of the country. So over to you, Professor Raghuveer Singh. Sir, your voice, sir, you are on the mute mode, sir.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Ravi. it was wonderful hearing all senior fellow academicians, and namaskar to everyone who is listening to me. The very relevant topic which we are discussing today is future of Indian education. I look at it in two different perspectives. One, future education in metro cities and big cities, and another one is semi-cities and rural areas. There exists a divide currently, and there would continue to exist a divide in the near future. I don't see much improvement happening on those, segment, we call it have-nots segment, because nothing much is being done in that particular segment. So still in that segment, the focus continues to be on getting or earning degrees or earning marks. It's still a rote learning, examination oriented, content focused, and teacher led lecture methods are being employed across almost all, whether colleges or universities. However, the metro cities and big cities institutions are leapfrogging. In fact, these are playing a catch-up game with international or global universities, and and aspiring to bridge that so-called quality gaps, which we have seen over a period of time. The large number of Indian private as well as government institutions appearing in numerous global ranking frameworks. So students as well as these institutions have become far more aspirational than what they were, in fact, 10 years back. They are more, learning focused, that is, learning outcome focused, rather than, content focused. Started bringing experiential learning and practice inside the classroom as well as outside the classrooms. And each one is trying to be more student-centered rather than a teacher-centered. And greater focus is being, put on cognitive and skill focus. You see, when it comes to education, the dualities plays a very strong role in education dualities. So we see a shift from content to the cognitive abilities in these, aspiring institutions. And over a period of time, you have seen, and we would see in the future also, greater internationalization of education in the country, maybe in the form of students exchanges and faculty exchanges, joint research, joint projects, etc., etc., are more likely to increase over a period of time, because every one of us, those who are sitting in larger cities are aspiring to get connected globally, and you could see more and more Indian researchers appearing in the 2% of the list which comes out every year. The third thing which I look at, is the performance indicators of universities. Gone are the days when we looked only education or the academics examinations being the performance indicators. Today, when I look at, I connect myself to those quality standards, which global universities are, in fact, are very proud of having those quality standards, be it ISO standards, be it, various accreditation bodies standards. Each one of us are trying to get to the or ranking standards. Each one is aspiring to be there. The KPIs of leadership today is far more, I say, a future oriented or a directional oriented rather than as it used to be circular in nature. So every one of us are now trying to move spirally up, rather than, going around the circles of admissions and delivering lectures, and redesigning curriculum, examinations, and placements. Today, when I look at my own university, we consider that a thing to be done. It's nothing great about doing that. That has to be done. That's the core of any university. But when you want to be different from the other folks, you got to think of research projects, your students' graduate outcomes. So focus has shifted, and I'm sure as we move further, we would be aligning more with the what is important today for foreign universities to be coming in forefront, because today many of the Indian universities are aspiring to have their campus globally, and you cannot succeed in global market unless otherwise you appear on those global quality standards or follow those standards. So large number of universities are aspiring to do that. And I see another shift which is happening in Indian education, mostly led by private universities and many of the government institutions. Corporatization of operations of universities. Many times when we are talked to, or when we were addressed to the corporate, the kind of words which we use, they've said it's a huge shift the way you all guys are thinking today. You all are thinking about strategic direction, you all are thinking about roadmaps, you're talking about KRAs and KPIs, and so on and so forth. So there is a huge recognition from even the corporate world, because our vocabulary itself has changed over a period of time. I'm sure it will continue to be so in the future also. But there are certain things which are still to be taken care. Unfortunately, the government is gradually withdrawing the support, and it's not being the active player in higher education. And I'm sure they would continue to have lesser and lesser contribution to the higher education in the future, especially in terms of financial investment. And another alarming situation which I see, especially in states like Haryana, more and more intervention and rather control from regulatory bodies for anything from your course approval to name a thing. See, unfortunately, the role of a regulatory board is to be facilitators in terms of connecting us with the industry, connecting with the international bodies, but they are playing at a micro level, unfortunately, where we should have the whole freedom. So I don't know how this aspect would, in fact, in long run, disturb our aspirations to be in the global markets. And you see another trend which is happening over a period of time is greater focus on SDGs and interdisciplinary learning. We here in our university has, in fact, we are trying to evolve and rather change the way we deliver education and assess them. So the current model which we are evolving, I don't say that it's been put in place, but the one which is evolving is that I have categorized the whole education to 3 different levels. That means first deciding what's the purpose of education. So in our mind, we said, hey, there are basically 4 different purposes for which education is to be delivered. Number 1, solving your societal problems. Number 2, solving customer and professional problems. Number 3, solving your, I have a breakdown on the light. Yeah. Number 3 is solving learning problems. And number 4 is solving people problems. Now, if we can solve these problems, I think the purpose of education would be met. So how are we doing it? I said 3 categories. We say the first one, I say, how do you handle societal problems? I said, let's have experiential learning, not the one which is defined. I have actually modeled this on Cobb's model of experiential learning. That means the reflections and conceptualization has been added to the common understanding of the people who generally live it as an open loop control system. That means sending people to the industry for internships and to the society doing a certain things, and then never come back and connect how it relates to their day-to-day learning, what are the any reflection journals connected or not. So that's at the highest level, trying, and through the action research. These are the 2 models which are planning to put together. The next model is through project-based learning. That would be at having a group of faculty from within the school. And in the first case, it's going to have a cohort of faculty which are from across those various schools, and being facilitated an experiential learning manager whose job would be to source those real problems from across the society, industry, municipalities, etc., etc. And the third level, which we say learning level, is basically active learning. There are different models and tools that are available to all of us, which should be used in the classroom. So the entire time duration is been divided like this: 40% to the societal problem solving, and 30% to the customer and professional problem solving, and the next 30% is learning problem solving. So and finally, I like to say that the only option is rethink and change the purpose of our education, align what we do and how we do to the purpose of education. The currency of the future would be the ability to solve these problems through the dynamic content, which will keep us current, and of course, enduring cognitive abilities, which would keep us relevant in the market. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Raghuveer Singh, Vice Chancellor, K.R. Mangalam University, on throwing various aspects of education and challenges and future aspect. So thank you, sir. And now we request Dr. Rajiv Sood, Vice Chancellor, Baba Farid University of Health Sciences, to present his view on the topic future of education. So over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. First of all, I am thankful to Shobhit University for this opportunity to interact with the eminent academicians of the country. At the outset, I'll like to mention that as all the aspects of the higher education are being covered and Connect is also being covered, in this ecosystem, the health education or allied health education or the technicality and AI and also the Indian knowledge system integration has a separate compartment. You all know that almost all the higher education is controlled by Ministry of HRD, but the health education is controlled by the health education department, and it is under the overall budget of health. So there is a disconnect already there, which has to be bridged. So this is what has been there already. We are facing, whether you are a doctor, nurse, dentist, or allied health sciences, or maybe in the future pharmacist and physiotherapist and others. Now there is another compartment is to be connected. That is the school health. And in school health at 10+2 level itself, we have to prepare people who will be entering the higher education sector in the health education. And the third one is that how we are connecting to the other disciplines, maybe law, maybe arts, maybe life sciences. So this is another space where we need the interconnectivity. So having said that, I'll mention that we are not only having these disconnects which are to be overcome in the future of education in the health, but also within health, you know that there are different commissions. Grant Commission for the higher education, but we don't have one commission. We don't have Medical Grant Commission. We have National Medical Commission, Indian Nursing Council, Dental Council, Allied Health Council, and they are not interconnected. In fact, it is strict watertight compartmentalization is there. So I am just, this time is, this will take the entire day to debate on all these things and what should be the future of the higher education. But at the time of 10+2, when we are entering from the school education to the higher education in Punjab, where I belong, we have now our very active, our chancellor is there, and he has made and grouped various universities different aspects of this education and how to do this connectivity. And you all know that the education, research, and collaborations, these are the three components we seen when we are addressing the higher education. And this is along with the competencies to be defined everywhere, outcomes which we are expecting are to be defined. So our education has to be competency based and outcome based education. And then collaboration, some of the eminent speakers have already touched upon the academia industry collaborations, internship, externships two ways, and this is to be nurtured in the requirement of maybe startups, innovations, patenting. So we in the higher education we have to develop the ecosystem, in the infrastructure, and also the culture. We will be stressing on these aspects. And as far as the imparting education, you need to have the curriculum. And this curriculum, earlier, we used to have curriculum which was lasting for years. Now, the curriculum is not, the average life is only 5 months. So we have to have the dynamic curriculum and creditization. And this creditization, wherever there are deficiencies, or the industry need is there, or maybe the need of dual degrees or other interactions are there, joint degrees, or maybe the international requirements, we are now adding the certificate courses, diploma courses, or different credit bank we are developing. In Punjab, we are moving very fast among our 40 odd universities. We have grouped ourselves, we are visiting each other, and we are finding that which are the standard practices and where they are excelling. And we are even very costly equipments are there for R&D. We are pooling now, we are in the stage of pooling the equipment, that every university need not to buy the equipment individually, and then after the projects they go waste. So many things are needed in the technical integration. So technology is very important, AI is very important. And one of the speaker was mentioning that in future AI will be deciding, but AI is after AI, how we will differentiate? Everybody will be at the same level, but person to person interaction for assessment will be very important for the future assessment. So it is not that you have the e-curriculum, imparting education, e-classrooms, your classroom in your hand, and also when you interact, and then e-assessments are there, but personalized interactions for assessments will be the key to differentiate between different aspirants. And in this culture, as I have already mentioned, I have tried to, in a brief touch, the important aspects. And in this, the ODL, the online digital learning, is very important. And online, after online digital learning, we have the practical aspects which are also I mean to be integrated in medicine. There is the in the health field, telemedicine, pharmacy even becomes important. The methodology, the research methodology, these are the things which are to be integrated. So I will only say that we have to connect the school education to the higher education. We have to connect the law with the health, health with the arts, arts with life sciences in that compartment. And also we have to creditize the whole system, and new courses. UGC restrict us at undergraduate level, but at diploma certificate and higher education in the post-graduation or dual degrees, integrated degrees, we have the liberty we should utilize, and we should more and more collaborate, enter into MOUs, and then joint projects, whether they are theoretical or practical, or PhDs, or whatever level you feel, they are very important in exchanging the knowledge, imparting the knowledge, and also exchanging the technology. This is all I'd like to mention. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Rajiv sir, for the wonderful views and highlighting the various aspects of the education. Indeed, you will be glad to know that CEGR, as a leading think tank, we always promoting the MOUs and collaboration, and we are the only think tank in India to facilitate the MOUs through the our education alliances event, and we are the only think tank to promote facilitate 5,000 plus MOU among the various academic institutions through our education alliances event. And we are also bridging the gap between school education and higher education, and we are pushing various initiative for that. So thank you, Dr. Rajiv Sood sir, for the wonderful views. Now we welcome Dr. Sally Gankar, Provost, MIT ADT University, and former Vice Chancellor, DY Patil University, and long-term supporter of the CEGR. So thank you, Dr. Sally Gankar, ma'am. And over to you, ma'am.
Very good evening to all of you. Thank you so much, Dr. Sandeep Pachpande sir, the chairman of CEGR, Mr. Ravish Roshan, director of CEGR, all my colleagues, and all veteran academicians from the country. I think it's a wonderful interaction, which is we all are doing it in the context of changes which are happening currently in the country. So I think a few things which are very important, and I don't want to repeat again the things, but I think very well presented at the earlier speakers. I think while we are talking about making universities really a hub of education, and especially supported by, I think one of the component which I would like to share it here is the research, innovation, and the internationalization, which I think I should share it here, along with the entrepreneurship part of it. Very well said by the earlier speaker that yes, in this country, we need to really look into the various issues which we are trying to deal with. The current changes which are happening across the globe are required to be considered while mapping our strategic the plans and the maps, roadmaps for the universities. At MIT ADT University, if you look at it, recently we completed our NAC accreditation, and almost in the same context, the investment which we are doing it especially in research and innovation. Someone has raised a concern that government is not investing the research or giving the funds to the private universities. Absolutely very well said, sir. And I think that's what is required, which we need to look into it. And that's the concern of all the private universities now, if you look at it. But however, saying that stating this, I think one of the core area is required to be taken care in the establishing the center of excellences. And at campus, we have established more than 11 center of excellences taking care of the technological part of it, which we are talking about it, that how we can have deal with the social responsibility, sustainability, and dealing with the digital and technological integration. So if you look at it, it's not only using the national digital learning ecosystems, but I think the focus is more on AI and data analytics, which we are trying to do it and create a fabric which can really help the students to work, and we are supporting faculty members also to contribute with the MOUs which we have signed. So how we can give more exposure to the industry, I think that is what we would like to look into it, along with the immersive learning experiences, especially in AI, AR, VR labs, and of course with the global engagement which we are trying to do it. So at university, I think everyone is saying the same thing. I think internationalization and global engagement is very essential. And for that, university is taking efforts in terms of credit transfers, in terms of research consortia, mobility programs. If you look at it, there are few alliances which we are trying to explore in terms of joint degrees, or that is what we are trying to do it here. I think NAC has helped us towards moving, and especially both NAC and QS ranking, which we have done it in the campus along with NIRF and THE. I think how we can focus on data-driven governance, which government is expecting us to work on it. And the one more point which we would like to add into it is that how can we have the participatory leadership which can ensure the students, alumni, parents, industry, and community in terms of governance. I think all this is required to be done when we are talking about it. And I think that's what is required to be done in a big, at the larger scale. And that is what we are doing it at the university. The campus is, if you look at it, the investment and the funds are being created separately for the faculty members, and we are giving them for participating at national and international level in research conferences. I think such kind of interventions are required across all the universities, and I'm very happy and very delighted to be here, because I'm learning from others' experiences as well. What Dr. Neeraj Sinha, the Saxena sir has said, and the earlier speaker Shekhar sir has said. I think those things are really important while mapping the activities at right from classroom level to the university's governance level, and that is required, and we all are doing into it. So I think future of education in the context of global changes which are happening, especially when we look at the everyday new tax tariff is coming, and how we are going to deal with that. How can we really compete with the nearby countries where they are focusing more on productivity and entrepreneurship? I think these are certain areas which we need to look into it, while having more and more startups which Indian government is expecting us to do it. So startups, entrepreneurship, I think those areas are really required to be looked into it, because every university here, those who are here, all the vice chancellors, and everyone, we know it very well that private institutions have invested huge amount of money in developing the infrastructure. So I think now the outcome is more expected here, and that has required to be done. And I'm sure that the MOUs which we are signing, maybe now the time has come, can we sign an MOU with each other and have faculty exchanges? Because one of the concern is faculty development, their contribution, and especially in the research, innovation, and creating funds, I think through the Center of Excellences, dealing with the sustainability or the ecosystem, which has been shared earlier speaker, that how can we solve the community problems. But I think the nation fabric, if we can connect with all these speakers over here and experienced veterans, I think that could be added kind of we can say that value or a takeaway from this particular the interaction. Of course, we know it very well, the education plays an important role in creating not only employability, but now I think entrepreneurship is more required to this country. Today I've seen, we conducted hackathon internally, and almost 792 teams participated. So you can understand. And the very interesting part into it is that the first year student of BTech, they won the prize of 30,000, which we gave it to them as a university. So the first year student or Gen Z, which is coming in campus, I think they have very the technology skills which they have, and I think those are required to be tapped and unleash those potential effectively. So I think this is what I wanted to share it with this couple of minutes which have been given to me. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Dr. Sally Gankar, ma'am, Provost, MIT, ADT University. And to highlight, CEGR is the only platform which facilitated 5,000 plus MOU among the various academic institutions through our 4 Education Alliances Summit. And this was the amazing. And after that, alliances many of the faculty members from one academic institution have visited the other, and in the same way student exchange program and this research and publication, you will be surprised to know that for the first time three colleges, faculty members from three colleges have joined the hands and published a paper. So this was the result of the collaborations among the various academic institutions of India. And now I request Mr. Salim Ahmad, CEO, Electronic Sector Skill Council of India, to present his view on the various ways of integrating skilling in the education, and what's the various your thought process, and look forward to your views. Mr. Salim Ahmad, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, Raviji. Very good afternoon to you all. And I'm really grateful to CAGR and for all the eminent academicians on the panel, and for sharing the knowledge and thoughts on this very, very relevant topic of the future of education. I'm sure the very, very eminent people from the academic background, they are here, and the education is their forte. I would speak just from the perspective of my council, the Electronic Sector Skill Council of India, being the apex body which has a mandate to develop the structured mechanism for skill-based training, especially in the ESDM, Electronic System Design and Manufacturing. Now, as we go in the future, because earlier the conventional academia and the vocational, they were segregated, but now with the National Education Policy of 2020 and the NEP 2022, the alignment, the India's education is going complete transformation, and there's going to be a paradigm shift wherein the alignment of the vocational training to conventional education, whether it's technical, higher education, or school education, has been completely structured. So as we move forward through a mix of policy reforms, technology adoption, industry demand, and societal change, there's going to be a complete, change in the thought, how we view education, how we impart the education to the students. One very, very important integration is the adoption of technology, both in terms of what's going to be taught and also in terms of how we impart education. And with most of the speakers here, they have also emphasized that especially the platform, the EdTech and the AI-driven systems are going to be integrated. And that's also a good, very, very important aspect as the future of education is going to be very, very technology driven. So both not only in terms of imparting skills, but also in terms of the methodology adopted. What we call the technology-driven learning. The focus will also be on skills and employability. From that perspective, as the Electronic Council, the skill earlier was basically a midterm level 3, level 4, but now with the new education policy aligning the National Skill Qualification Framework, so there has been an equivalence which has been established. And through this equivalence, I think we'll be able to achieve, there's going to be a cross-functional and a lot of trades, where a mix of academic thoughts and skills are going to be blended. So the industry academia collaboration now is of much, much more relevance, because as a sector skill council promoted by associations which are a bridge to the industry. So we being an industry-driven body, we bring on table the value and the industry relationship. And so aligning the industry academia collaboration, SSC being the bridge, that brings the focus on us. And to also identify the industry needs, because now from the electronic point of view, there's been a complete transformation in the electronic manufacturing in the country, and with now the country experiencing over 16 to 20% CAGR growth over the last 5 years, and this tempo is expected, to remain as we go forward. So the concepts of robotics, Industry 4.0, AI, and the emerging sectors of the EV and semiconductor, and the push to green technology is going to drive the future and a huge requirement of the workforce, not only for the industry, but also for entrepreneurship and for self-employment. So as Sector Skill Council, we are very, very positive on the future, and the future of education. I think we cannot see it without integrating the skills and the vocational into the education, and that also gives us a great hope. Apart from that, things like critical thinking, problem solving, and financial literacy is also going to be very, very important, because earlier one has to dig out the information and then bring in knowledge. But now the information through technology and through chatbots is available, is at a click of a button. But then we have to teach the student how to make sense of that information. How do you use it to solve the problems at hand and achieve the ultimate objective? So with I think the future education is going to be very, very transformative, and it's very interesting. Apart from that, the inclusivity will also increase, because with the technology having access, and also the cost of technology going down to very low, and with 5G and the BharatNet, providing high-speed broadband to the remotest of the areas. So, and also the delivery mechanism through the LMS, through online education. So I think even a student sitting in the remotest part of the country will have access to education, and he will have access to that kind of education which is available in the cities, with the experiential things, the labs with, again, technology interventions, moving on to AR, VR, moving on to virtual labs. So I think with a lot of digital resources available, to the whole sector, there will be a great push for the better. And I personally feel that the future of education is aligned more to cross-functional and cross-disciplinary expertise. That's what I see.
Thank you, Mr. Salim Ahmed, sir, CEO, Electronic Sector Skill Council of India, on highlighting the various initiatives by your Sector Skill Council and ways of integrating skilling in the education and what would be the future of education. So thank you, sir, for always supporting the various initiatives of CGR. Now I request Mr. Karan Singh, Vice President, ITS Sector Skill Council, NASCOM, to present his view. Over to you, Mr. Karan Singh, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Raviji, and my namaskar and good afternoon to such an august gathering. It has been great listening to points. I think I had prepared some points that I thought I will flag on behalf of NASCOM, but I think it's really heartening to see such eminent academicians across the country not just understand what the changing needs of the times are, but also giving examples in terms of what is happening across their respective institutions. Dr. Saili spoke about setting up centers of excellence across her institution. I had met ma'am last year when she was with DY Patil. I also remember meeting some of us over the panel. It's been great. NASCOM, I think, has been a supporter, and as all of you would be aware, but I'll just take maybe 5 minutes and talk about 2-3 points that I had prepared for the session. So NASCOM, as the industry body for the IT/ITES sector, we champion innovation. We talk about ways and means in which India can be positioned as the global leader in terms of digital talent. We also support the fast growing IT and ITS sector, which contributes up close to about 300 billion in terms of exports and about 10% of the country's GDP. Now, specific to the context in terms of future of education, I think we have covered and we've spoken about flexibilities that we've seen, which were not existing maybe about a decade, 2 decades back. So there's a lot of reimagining that is also happening in terms of educational institutions. I think in some of these panels, we've seen that we talk about a lot of changes that need to be brought about. But I think at some moments, we also need to stop and appreciate the work that is happening. So I think as NASCOM, when we meet academic institutions and senior academicians like you all, it's very reassuring, like I said, to look at some best practices like that can be replicated from one campus to another. I think there was this point around using and leveraging AI. There was this point around using robotics, AR, VR. There's this discussion on experiential learning. Again, very, very pertinent. Again, Saili ma'am spoke about this faculty exchange. Something that's happening well in one campus can also go to another campus. I have three points that I actually wanted to drive and flag and park in front of all of you. based on your experience, how this can be operationalized is something that NASCOM can be very keen to maybe discuss with you on a one-on-one basis, by understanding the beneficiaries, the students, and the profiles that you have in your respective universities in terms of how tech can be enabled, not just in the student community, as well as the faculty members, as well as non-core, non-academic staff that you have. How can they leverage their existing work? How can they get better using technology? Because that is happening across the industry, across the globe, and our academic institutions and higher academic ecosystem shouldn't be left behind. So I have three quick points. The first is the traditional university model is being disrupted. Linear degree pathways, rigid boundaries in terms of disciplinary frameworks, and classroom centric learnings are now giving way to flexible, skill focused, and digitally enhanced experiences. I think that is the expectations that universities are supposed to deliver on. And like I said, it is happening. Obviously the pace can be fastened a little, but the traditional model from the universities as we knew it a couple of decades back will be very different maybe in the future, in the next 5-10 years. I think there'll be a rapid and huge change that will come about. The second point is student expectations have also fundamentally shifted, and especially post COVID, with the flexibility that has been given and offered to students, today's learners demand personalized learning journeys. They demand immediate employability and entrepreneurial opportunities. I think startup ecosystem and creating a well structured, well rounded startup opportunity for students was also spoken by some August panelists. And global exposure as a standard offering is also becoming the norm, and not as a premium add on. So a lot of students also look at what's happening across the globe. Instead of looking at placements, can we look at creating some sort of a sandbox, and can we basically deliver there? Can my university support me in whatever shape or form? It could be through mentoring, it could be through incubation, or through providing funding opportunities. So I think expectations of students has also fundamentally shifted. That is the second point. The third and the most important point, again, I'll kind of drive this and reiterate this again, is technology and industry convergence is accelerating in education. I think NEP, as we all know and are aware, has allowed for provisions in terms of getting in up to 40% of your curriculum built around skilling opportunities. I think my colleague, senior colleague Salim ji, spoke about offerings that a sector skill council has. So like electronic sector skill council, NASCOM also has an ITS sector skill council, where we create these qualification courses and modular learning journeys which can be adopted by institution as part of their credit framework. So universities today now expect functioning as innovation hubs. They look at incubating startups, and industry collaboration is an all-time high. In this regard, NASCOM, along with Government of India, has created a platform which is called Future Skills Prime. This is driven by Ministry of Electronics and IT. Again, I'll maybe drop information and details in the chat box. You can pass that on to your colleagues and representatives from your offices. I can get in touch with them, or maybe have my teams in your respective region speak to them. So Future Skills Prime basically is India's technology skilling hub. This is a platform where we have brought in the strength of the ITS sector, not just in India, but also globally. So we have, some of the largest and the biggest names like Google, Salesforce, Adobe, Cisco, all of these who are NASCOM members, and they have hosted their learning opportunities on the platform. On the other hand, we have a thriving learner community. We have close to 2,000 institutions. We have about 16 state higher and technical education departments that are engaging with us, and not just in urban pockets, but also peri-urban and places like tier 3, tier 4 towns. Students are coming forward, and they are leveraging these opportunities that are available. So while we say that technology is a big leveler, technology democratizes opportunities. So for somebody who's sitting in a Noida or a Bombay or a Calcutta today, is not at an advantage from what it was maybe 10 years back. So if I'm a student sitting in a tier 3 location today, I can leverage technology. I can also go for opportunities, go for courses and certifications that are offered by these global partners. A lot of these courses are available for free, and create a profile to ensure that the employer looks at me differently, where I don't just come out with a degree which is offered by my institute, but my institute is offered also give it me the leverage to go for skilling courses which create a robust profile. So we have boot camps, we have experiential learning projects there, we deliver internships in different models. We have a variety of upskilling opportunities that can be tailored to your need. Like I said, I'll kind of drop this. This is something that I wanted to leave you with. overall, I think the ecosystem is changing at a very rapid pace. Dr. Saxena spoke about AI coming in, and he also really interestingly spoke about the Gurukul model. I think that's something that will need to be re-emphasized right from the top. And I think we've seen with your guidance, with your contextual understanding of how the education system, the whole ecosystem needs to evolve. I'm sure we are on the right path, and I'm sure organizations and entities like NASCOM will be there in this journey to support you in whichever way you can. I'll drop my details over the chat box. Thank you so very much, Ravish ji. Thank you so much to CGR for inviting me. Have a good weekend, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Karan Singh, Vice President NASCOM, ITS Sector Skill Council from NASCOM. So this is the first time when we are listening to you, Karan Singh, and thank you for coming to the CER webinar. Now we welcome Dr. Jevant Sellar, Vice Chancellor, ITM Skills University, to present his view. Over to you, Dr. Jevant Sellar, sir. Sellar, sir, are you here, sir? I think there is some technical glitch and he is not listening to.
1 minute. Sorry.
Yes.
I was on a mute mode.
Yes, sir. So look forward to your views, sir. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Namaskar to all the respected dignitaries. Thanks, Ravish Roshan, for giving me an opportunity. I was just thinking about the future of education in India. All of them have spoken a lot, but can anyone predict what and which type of education will be required in the 5 years down the line? Question mark. I doubt whether it will happen. So before going to future of education, I thought, since a lot of them have said, so I'll say something different. We say that we are the 4th largest economy, but whereas when we talk about a gross enrollment ratio, we are not even among the top 50. Maybe we are 87 or 88, what I had gone through it. To talk about the future of education in India, we need to understand our current situation and challenges faced by our nation. I'll give only a couple of challenges. First one is almost 40% of graduate youth are underemployed or unemployed. Problems are either the curriculum is not updated. For example, if the curriculum is set and given in 2025, when the students pass out in 2029, the curriculum is outdated. Industry is way ahead. Then even if the student is able to understand, he is not able to communicate. So he lacks the soft skills. And then the hands-on experience is almost like a 2 months or 3 months in the industry. So what is the solution for all those things? Can a curriculum be updated every year? Because you have to be relevant today. If you want your student to be employed today, he has to be relevant today. And as far as the regulatory bodies are concerned, when they are designing the approval process handbook or so on, their updated labs should be mentioned rather than only the labs and basic requirement. That becomes that will make a mandatory one for them to say, ensure that the students also will get some good hands-on experience. 2-3 months internship doesn't work nowadays. It's a 6 months internship. We tried for last 1 decade and we found that the pre-placement offer were for the 20 to 25% of the students. Can industry professionals be on a supervisory level to be designing the curriculum for the universities? Can you make a soft skills mandatory as per NEP? These are the requirements. If you do it, to some extent, this 40% unemployed or underemployed can be reduced. The other problem, the second one, which I found, it was the gross enrollment ratio. Everyone talks about 28.4%, it has to go to 50%. Then why youth is not opting for higher education? The universities, all the VC chancellors, those who are here, the provost or the dignitaries, it's a request, it's a humble request to all of you. Find out what do they need, which type of program they need. Can we offer them? Can we increase the gross enrollment ratio? Can we take an initiative on the line like a NEP where they are saying this soft skills and on the job training is required? So what are the things? These are 71% of the youth is not opting for higher education. It's a massive market for the universities. So can we find such type of solution for them? Now, even the NEP has said multiple entry and multiple exit. This will help a student to come down. If he can't afford it, he can come for a year, he can do some certification course, can go to the back to the industry, come back for the second year, do diploma, do something. These are the basic solutions which I thought that if we can help India as a nation to increase the gross enrollment ratio, and these are not the things which a BC can't do it or the chancellor can't initiate it. These are the very basic requirements you can take an initiative on that. Now, as I said, employable programs to reduce the unemployability or offer programs wherein you can increase the gross enrollment. And most interesting for all the universities, don't worry about this AI and all those things. Technology and innovation are not a novelty forever. Let me tell you, as the industry is moving, all the ages group, now you are serving to the graduate till the age of 25. Let me tell you, up to the age of 40, the people will start coming to the universities to upskill themselves. So see that as long as technology, innovation, and development continues, education sector will keep growing, and it will help the universities to grow. This was regarding our universities. But let me tell you, there is something which is happening in Maharashtra. There are foreign universities which are coming in Maharashtra. Government of Maharashtra has given permission to set up 5 universities. Almost it is 5 kilometers from my campus. And they have a very basic eligibility criteria as per the UGC 2023 regulations. You should be among the top 500 globally ranked. And when this happens, which are these 5 foreign universities which are coming here? One is the University of Aberdeen, UK, University of York, UK. Then there is the University of Western Australia. Then there is from USA, Illinois Institute of Technology. There is the Institute Europeo di Design, Italy. These are all set to establish the campus in Navi Mumbai. It will be next to the Maharashtra's international, sorry, it will be next to our airport, and it is called as the Maharashtra International Education City Project. Let me tell you, there are 5 LOIs are been issued, 250-acre camp area has been allotted, and the admissions are going to start from June 2027. So when I'm saying this, all these universities, everyone should remember that no technology, no innovation, no AI can disrupt it. Rather, if it is going to be an innovation, it will not last for more than a year or 2 years or 5 years. As and when the innovation takes place, the student has to go back and get himself educated. So there will be an options available for you. So please ensure that be rest assured that industry, it is not going to affect in any which way. It will keep growing, and we are, as in Maharashtra, government of Maharashtra is looking forward to establish 25 foreign institutions. So think about it, what innovative, what is the requirement. Even if the international development is placed, India is also growing. I hope this will help. And please, what according to me, what I visualize is continuous learning and skill enhancement will be the mantra for the future youth of India. Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Jevan Sellar, sir, Vice Chancellor, ITM Skills University from Mumbai. So thank you, sir. And now I request Mr. Kumar Shekhar Vijendra, Mentor CEGR and Chancellor Shobhit University to present the concluding remarks and vote of thanks. Over to you, Mr. Kumar Shekhar Vijendra, sir.
Thank you, Ravish. And indeed, such discussions cannot be concluded. We had such an eminent panelist over there that everybody has shared either a success story or something really good, which is thought-provoking, and we all need to think that how to implement it. My thanks to you and CEGR especially that this platform is active, which gives an opportunity to come together, to discuss, learn from each other, and understand what are the challenges in future in different organizations and as a country as a whole. Dr. Jayawant was mentioning some very important points, and especially he focused on the chancellors. So, as the chancellor of Shobhit University, definitely a lot of things can be done. But now we have to see that what actually is required. I always say that all 1,200 universities in the country, they were established with a specific purpose and vision. Something may be very common, but all the promoters, we all had a specific vision. Sometimes we had a vision for local development. Sometimes we wanted to develop something specifically. We wanted to work or do research in certain areas. But it is really good that such interactions are happening. And Ravish, I must compliment you that it was not only a group of academicians over here. Here, a representation from NESCOM was there, from skill councils were there. And thank you, Dr. Saxena, for sharing the link of your blogs also. I think those who have not seen the chat, they can see. I have gone through him. I know Dr. Neera Saxena for a while. And I know he has some ideas which may look today that they are unrealistic when he will say that there will be no classroom, no examination, no syllabus, nothing. But actually, it is going to happen. In last 36
Yes.
years of my journey in education, I have seen a lot of things happening which we never thought that it will happen. It will ever happen. So thank you, Ravish, for providing this platform to everyone. My request to everyone, and especially Dr. Gankar, I am sure that I am pronouncing your surname properly. Yes.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So as you have mentioned that we should sign some MOUs together. Yes, we must. CGR has taken in last few years, this practice had been developed in CEGR that
Yes.
while we are looking forward to sign MOUs with ABC University of ABC country, that sometimes we are very happy, oh, we signed 2 MOUs with Bangladesh and Nepal or Bhutan and not Pakistan, but maybe somewhere else. It is better to sign MOUs with among us because we have
Absolutely.
a lot of things common and we have a lot of things which are distinguished. Like
True.
there will be an opportunity to learn from each other. And Ravish, that initiative what you have taken from last many years, I am sure and I request you for that. That let us make it a practice of that. What you can do that you can put a form type of thing, some Google form type of thing on the website of CEGR where the member universities are there and anyone wants to connect with any university, anyone wants to sign MOU with any university, they can connect through CEGR more comfortably because that will help a lot. In the country, what is happening, like there are certain institutions, I call them center of excellence in an island. Okay, they are not connected with mainlands. But there are certain wonderful institutions in mainland also. Those who are looking
Yes.
for hand-holding and learning from each other. So CEGR is one such platform which can facilitate that. And I'm sure that it can be more tech savvy so that less intervention or less time consuming it becomes. Wherever we are working, for example, we are working in agriculture informatics. So I always look forward for multiple universities, those who are working in these areas, so that we can have some joint understanding and we can work together. So thank you. A lot of panelists have left. And Ravish, it is your
Yes, sir.
affection, love, and persistency which forces us to stay continuously
Yes.
for 3 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours, and to ensure that we learn something. And it is on due to this also that you invite people, those who matter to this ecosystem. So thank you everyone, and thank you Ravish, CEGR. Looking forward to meet you all in person sometime soon in Delhi.
Sure.
And whenever you are in Delhi, please give a tinkle. It will be good to learn from you that what
Yes.
you are doing, what new is happening, and what we can do together. Thank you. This
Yes.
is what TGR is all about.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Ravish
you,
ji.
Kumar Shekhar
I request you
Vijayant.
if you
Thank you,
can,
Saili ma'am.
if you can share sir's number,
Sure, I will share.
Kanwar Shekhar Vijendra sir's number and Shelar sir's number also, so that we can get connected and we can meet whenever we are meeting
Thank you.
Delhi. Thank you.
Sure,
Thank
No,
you.
madam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
करण सर क्लोज कर दीजिए वेबिनार को।